Your mind is the most powerful tool in the known universe. A quantum computer capable of simulating futures, deconstructing the past, and weaving intricate tapestries of logic and reason. It can build empires, compose symphonies, and unravel the secrets of the cosmos. And yet, you spend most of your time locked inside its corridors. You know the feeling, the endless, looping conversations you have with yourself, the replaying of past events, searching for a different outcome, the pre-playing of future scenarios, 1,000 branching paths of what if, each leading to its own particular flavor of anxiety. It is a labyrinth of your own design, and you are both the prisoner and the architect. You believe this is a sign of your intelligence, a testament to your thoroughness and your ability to see all the angles. You call it due diligence. You call it being prepared. You call it thinking things through. But what if I told you that all of this is a lie? A sophisticated, elegant, and deeply convincing lie you tell yourself to mask a much simpler, much more primal truth. What if I told you that what you call thinking is, in fact, an exquisitely crafted strategy for not living? This is the diagnosis of your condition. You are suffering from intellectual self-imprisonment. Your intelligence, the very gift you cherish, has become your cage. A beautiful, complex, gilded cage. It keeps you safe from one thing: life itself. You have become a spectator, a theorist of your own existence, endlessly analyzing the game, but never making a move. But the purpose of a map is not to be admired. It is to guide a journey. The purpose of a weapon is not to be polished. It is to be wielded. And the purpose of an intellect is not to endlessly contemplate life, but to conquer it. Today, we do not offer you a way to dumb yourself down. That would be an insult. We offer you something far more powerful. We will hand you the key to your own prison. We will teach you how to reforge your mind from a tool of contemplation into a weapon of action. It is time to stage a prison break. The overthinker's curse? To dismantle a prison, you must first understand its architecture. The architect of your cage is not your rational mind. It is a much older, deeper part of your psyche. The great psychologist Carl Jung called it the shadow, the repository of all the parts of ourselves we repress and deny. And the master architect of your intellectual prison is one simple, powerful emotion, disguised in the noble robes of reason. That emotion is fear. Overthinking is not a thought process. It is an emotional regulation strategy. It is a highly evolved defense mechanism designed to protect you from the perceived dangers of the real world. Your analytical mind creates an illusion of control. By endlessly running simulations, you feel as though you are preparing for every eventuality, minimizing risk and moving towards a perfect decision. But this is a grand deception. You are not moving towards action. You are moving away from it. You are procrastinating, but you are doing it in such an intellectually satisfying way that you don't even realize it. This fear, this shadow, manifests in three primary forms. We call them the three demons of analysis. The first demon, the specter of failure. The intelligent mind abhors error. You have built your identity around being competent, being right. The thought of making a mistake, of failing publicly, is not just a setback, it is a threat to your very sense of self. And so, your mind engages in an endless quest for the perfect plan. A plan so flawless, so comprehensive, so bulletproof that failure is impossible. You gather more data. You read one more book. You watch one more video. You map out every contingency. You become a brilliant general with the most detailed map of the battlefield ever created, but you never leave the command tent. The irony is brutal. Your obsessive attempt to avoid the small failure of a flawed action leads you to commit the absolute failure of inaction. You are so afraid of making the wrong move that you make no move at all. And the world, which only rewards action, passes you by. You have chosen the guaranteed failure of standing still over the possibility of success that comes with moving forward. This isn't caution. This is paralysis, dressed up as intellectual rigor. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Carl Jung. The second demon, the chains of judgment. Human beings are social creatures. For millennia, our survival depended on our standing within the tribe. Ostracism was a death sentence. This ancient fear is wired into your DNA. For the overthinker, this fear manifests as a constant internal tribunal. An imaginary jury sits in perpetual session in your mind, scrutinizing your every potential move. What will they think? Will they see me as foolish, incompetent, arrogant? Your endless analysis is an attempt to prepare your defense case before this phantom court. You are trying to build an argument for your life so airtight that no one could possibly criticize it. You seek a course of action that will not only succeed, but will be met with universal approval. This is a fool's errand. You are a hostage to the imagined opinions of others. You have outsourced your own sense of permission to an external committee that doesn't even exist. This quest for approval suffocates your authenticity and paralyzes your will. You end up choosing the safest path, the one that is least likely to attract attention or criticism, which is almost always the path of mediocrity. You trade your potential for greatness for the cold comfort of being an offensive. The third demon, the void of uncertainty. Your analytical mind craves data. It craves certainty. It wants to know the outcome before the game is even played. The modern world feeds this addiction with an infinite supply of information. The problem is that life, in its very essence, is an exercise in navigating uncertainty. No amount of data can ever fully predict the future. The market can crash. People can change their minds. Random chance can intervene. There are always unknown unknowns. The overthinker finds this reality unbearable. And so, you wait. You wait for the right moment. You wait for one more piece of confirming data. You wait for a sign from the universe. You are waiting for a guarantee that does not exist. This pursuit of certainty is the most insidious of the three demons because it feels so rational. I just need to be sure, you tell yourself. But what you are really doing is refusing to engage with reality on its own terms. You are demanding that life bend to your need for control, and life does not negotiate. Waiting for certainty is a passive death. It is the slow erosion of your will, the gradual fading of your ambitions as you stand on the shore, endlessly charting the ocean, while other, braver souls have already set sail. So you are trapped. A prisoner of your own brilliant mind. How do you break out? Here is the turn. The philosophical key that unlocks the door. It comes from the ancient Stoics, masters of the practical mind. And the key is this. You are agonizing over things you cannot control. You cannot control the final outcome. You cannot control how others will react. You cannot control the chaotic variables of the universe. Your attempt to manage the unmanageable is the very source of your paralysis. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus called this the dichotomy of control. There are things within our power and things outside our power. Your thoughts, your judgments, and your actions are within your power. Everything else is not. This is the great liberation. The moment you truly accept this, your entire mental operating system reboots. You stop trying to solve the infinite equation of the universe and focus on the one simple variable you command, your next move. The path to power is not to think less. It is to channel all of your formidable intelligence away from the realm of the uncontrollable and focus it like a laser on the realm of the controllable. This is how you transform thought into action. This is not theory. This is a practical war plan. It consists of 3 pillars of action. Pillar 1. Wield the sword of dichotomy. This is your primary weapon. With every decision that paralyzes you, you must perform a mental surgery. Ask yourself, what, in this exact situation, is directly under my command? Is the final success of the project under your command? No. But the effort you put in today is. Is the approval of your boss under your command? No. But the quality of the presentation you prepare is. Is finding the perfect partner under your command? No. But becoming the kind of person who would attract such a partner is. This is not a passive philosophy. It is an active, ruthless filtering of reality. You consciously ignore the noise of the uncontrollable. You starve the demons of analysis by refusing to feed them with speculation about things outside your power. All of your mental energy, all of your intelligence is redirected to one place, executing the next right action. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Epictetus. Pillar 2. Obey the rule of actionable data. An overthinker's mind is a closed loop. It recycles the same old data, the same old fears, and the same old scenarios, creating the illusion of progress without generating anything new. The only way to break this loop is to introduce new real-world data, and new data comes from only one place: action. Therefore, you will obey the rule of actionable data. It is simple. If your analysis of a problem lasts more than 5 minutes without the input of new external information, you are no longer thinking. You are ruminating. And you must act. Send the email. Make the phone call. Write the first paragraph. Buy the domain name. Take the smallest possible step forward. This action, no matter how small, is a probe sent into reality. It will bring back fresh data, a response, a result, a new problem. This new data gives your powerful intellect something real to work with, instead of the phantoms of your own imagination. Action is the cure for overthinking, because action is a form of information gathering. Stop trying to solve the problem in the vacuum of your mind. Go out and touch it. Pillar 3. Embrace the cost through amor fati. This is the final, most profound pillar. It comes from the fierce philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche. He proposed an idea called amor fati, the love of one's fate. This is not a passive resignation to whatever happens. It is a powerful, active, joyful affirmation of reality in its totality, its beauty and its horror, its triumphs and its failures. Every meaningful action in life has a cost. The cost is risk. The cost is the possibility of failure, pain, and judgment. The overthinker is someone who is fundamentally unwilling to pay the price of admission to a meaningful life. To embrace amor fati is to look at the potential cost of action, the failure, the embarrassment, the setback, and say, yes. You say yes to it not because you enjoy pain, but because you understand that the risk of pain is the unavoidable price of growth, of victory, of life itself. You affirm the entire package. You stop seeking a path without obstacles and start seeing the obstacles as the path. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes a test of strength. You learn to love your fate because you realize that you are the one forging it with every action you take, successful or not. For too long, you have treated life as a problem to be solved, a theoretical puzzle to be cracked in the sterile laboratory of your mind. You have been the cartographer, not the explorer, the critic, not the artist, the philosopher of war, not the warrior. But life is not a problem. It is an arena. The arena does not reward perfect plans. It rewards courage. It does not reward flawless analysis. It rewards decisive action in the face of uncertainty. It does not reward those who avoid mistakes. It rewards those who get back up after they fall. Your mind was never meant to be a cage. It was meant to be a compass, a sword, and a shield, to be used on the battlefield of existence. So stop. Stop waiting for the right moment. It will never come. Stop waiting for certainty. It is a mirage. Stop waiting for permission. No one will give it to you. Stop being the brilliant architect of hypothetical worlds and become the humble, gritty builder in the only world that exists, the world of action, the world of consequence, the world of here and now. The curse is broken the moment you decide to act in spite of it. The prison doors are unlocked the moment you take your first imperfect step. This is your call to arms, a declaration of war against the tyranny of your own mind. If you are ready to stop being a spectator of your own life and become its protagonist, if you are ready to trade the cold comfort of analysis for the glorious heat of the arena, then make your stand. Join the others who are choosing to act. Go to the comments and declare your new code. Write with absolute conviction. I do not predict, I act. This is your manifesto. Your first act of defiance. Your first step out of the cage. Subscribe to the Thinker's Codex. The war for your life has just begun.